Last 4 years have been absolutely the rewarding experience, getting to lead our city through the COVID and then coming out of the pandemic and making a significant investment in building more homes, including affordable homes, and stabilizing the city's finances, stabilizing city's services, and moving forward on some of the strong commitments that I made on equity and diversity and reconciliation with the indigenous communities, and refocusing back on industrial growth are areas that I am really proud of, along with many other things that we have been able to do over the last 4 years. It was not easy time, obviously, because when you are coming out of world-changing pandemic that has huge impact on your community in every aspect of it, and I think trying to be there in that time of leadership is something I'm very proud of and very grateful that I was given that opportunity to do so. Over the last 4 years, we have built more homes than we did over the last decade, both market housing as well as non-market housing, including our focus on indigenous-led housing. That's the first time that we have actually started talking about why we need to empower indigenous organizations to build homes, run those places, manage those places, and provide appropriate, culturally appropriate and support services that are necessary. When I talk about rebuilding back or stabilizing our services and our finances, when I got elected, I had to deal with almost $88 million shortfall in the tax revenue, the structural deficit that we had to deal with because of the decisions made during COVID to freeze taxes or to lower taxes. I think those were the right decisions to be made during that time, but they had huge consequences for city's finances. So we had to find $88 million of that. Then we got hit with the highest inflation that we have ever imagined that we would. And that had a lot of pressures on the city. And for which we had to raise taxes to pay for. When I talk about stabilization, I'm thinking about underfunding of our city employees. Now we have finally negotiated fair settlements with all of our unions, and we have labor peace now till 2027. Right? That's a significant, I would say, achievement. When I got elected, the rating by external agencies for our city's finances was AA rating. Now we are AA plus rating. So that's a significant validation of the decisions that we had to make. We stabilized public transit funding. We had a 250,000 hours of shortfall in the bus service. Now we have almost added close to, I think, 175,000 new bus service hours into transit. We're seeing the result of that with increased ridership. We stabilized the snow and ice funding, which never saw an increase since 2017. 2024, we have the lowest amount of complaints about snow and ice than we have in the past. So we reopened back libraries on Sundays. We extended the pool hours that were shut down during COVID or reduced during COVID to deal with some of the challenges. So I think we have tried to stabilize those. Very proud of how we have finally embedded city's commitment to anti-racism and reconciliation in our administration. We have allocated more resources to their work. administration is implementing our anti-racism strategy. They're implementing our commitments to calls to action on the reconciliation, and also the commitments that we made under the missing, murdered Indigenous women and girls calls to action as well. And that work is really ingrained in the organization now. It'll be very difficult to walk back from those commitments without Edmontonians, their ability to hold council accountable if they walk back from those commitments, because they're really ingrained into the budget, and we have the proper staff doing their work, and the refocusing back on industrial growth to stabilize our city's finances, because we lost ground on industrial growth over the last decade. Our share used to be 72% of the region's industrial growth. We went down to 60%, and we finally put in the team in place and are building the infrastructure necessary to unlock or gain back their share of the industrial growth to reduce dependency on the residential property taxes. My biggest worry is that the work we have done to stabilize and rebuild back the services and the tougher decisions that we made to do that, we had to raise taxes, but we also cut. We made significant cuts. There is not much room for further cuts in the organizations. You can always find efficiencies, absolutely, and that should always be the goal and desire. But efficiencies on their own would not be enough if candidates for mayor and council are committing to either freeze taxes or cut taxes, at the same time a commitment to continue to provide good quality public services or improve good public services. That is not possible. That is a magical math and magical thinking. And I worry that at a time when people are struggling with their own affordability challenges, that message may resonate with the electorates, but ability to deliver on that message is very, very constrained. You can't do both. You can't cut taxes or freeze taxes at the same time continue to honor our police funding formula, continue to invest in public transit service, continue to invest in fire service, continue to invest in recreational facilities, and snow and ice, which needs more investment. You cannot do that. Like I sat on council for 8 years as a council member, and I've been here for 4 years. Anyone who believes they can improve services and cut taxes and freeze taxes is not being honest with Edmontonians.